welcome to my channel. You're watching Unity Talks. So this is the second episode. The first one had some problems. Thank you for giving me feedback on them and I'm working on it. So for today, I tried to manage a microphone because my voice and audio was really echoed and the quality was not as I wanted, but it's still not up to my standards, but I will upgrade it gradually. So one more thing that you told me was that you actually told me that I was not energetic enough, and to be honest, I am usually during the day very loud and happier and all that, but in the first episode when you hear me talking, it's mostly like no, like this. So there are two reasons for that. Actually, three reasons for that. The first one is that I am not quite adapted to the fact of me sitting here and talking to my camera. It's a bit weird still for me. And the second one is I've studied English language from when I was a child. I really did put in a lot of time for that, but actually I have never done something like this. I've never lived abroad, and I may have talked to a native English speaker before, but it's mostly like 5 minutes. It's not creating content and a podcast and stuff like this, so it's a bit challenging for me, and this is actually why I chose to do this, because I love challenging work. And not the main reason, I have too many reasons for why this channel is in English, but one of them is that I wanted to challenge myself by doing something a bit out of my comfort zone. So usually when you choose something out of your comfort zone, when you want to do something that you think you have doubts about it, like, can I do that? And people are usually telling you can do this, and doesn't matter, you just don't trust yourself that much. It's exactly at that point, I think, that you should dive in, examine yourself, and check your abilities, and maybe you really can do it. So never say you can't do it unless you tried. Anyway, let's skip me lecturing you like this. And I told you that there are three reasons. One of them was that this is in English. The other one was that talking to the camera, still adapting. And the third one is, what was the third one? I was sleepy. I was sleepy that morning because one thing about our culture is we tend to live with our parents as long as it is possible. And usually the time that it is not possible is really late. Like, I'm 27 years old and I still live with my parents. This is not something weird in our culture. This is typical. Not only daughters, children, all of them lived with their parents until they decided to create a family of their own, and then they moved out to a new house with their new families. But nowadays, that part of our culture is not that much important for a new generation. I'm 27. I think the next generation would be Generation Z. I'm quite not sure about that. Millennials and Generation Z. And the importance of a culture is not as much as it was before, but it's really hard to make money in Iran, to make enough money to handle a living, unfortunately, which is really sad, because I worked for like 7 years, but I didn't make enough money to create an independent life for myself. I don't know. My type of living and working is was never something that is typical in the way of living and working. How should I put this? You know, for example, I'm a designer, I'm an architect, so the way that we designers work actually leads up to a point that we want to work separately for ourselves. Designers always, I think, designers always work to finally work for themselves, finally have their name out there. Their final vision is never living as a colleague for, as an employee for the rest of their lives. They want to have their own firm, their own name, their own company. And usually in architecture firms, when you publish a project, you have two names. One name is the main architect. That's the title of usually the CEO of that firm. And then you have architectural team and design team, which is all the people who worked in that project. And most of the time in Iran, people who work in the design team put more time and effort for that project than the main architect. So you feel like you don't get as much as you deserve. So um, your final idea is to work for yourself so you can put something out there with your own name, not as a member of design team. Okay, so actually there was something quite different I wanted to talk about, but I don't know how I got here. I was telling you about the fact that we all live in our parents' house still, and yes, it's really hard to make money here in Iran in a way that you could support a family, or not a family, support a living. Mostly about the house. Houses are really expensive here. You know, doesn't matter whether if you want to rent or if you want to buy, it's really expensive and you usually can't afford it. And the thing is, there is no control over the rent. So the next year, if you want to keep living there, the owner can, I don't know, double the money he's getting from you. There are no rules for that, and the owner decides how much he values his house. His, I want to use a word I don't remember. So never mind. I don't remember that, but never mind. Yeah, so it's like that. And there are really a lot of advantages while living at your parents' house. You know, my food is always ready. My mom is an amazing cook and she does all the housework. I don't have to do anything at home, anything at all. And my mom is a sweetie. She's really a sweetheart. And she's a housewife. And that's actually seeing her just makes me think that how much respect I have for housewives because they do a lot of things at home. You know, when she's not at home, when she's not here, she travels, or there were times that she went to Turkey to visit my brother. I couldn't keep on living because I went to work, and when I came back home, I didn't know what to eat, and I still don't know how to cook because I hate cooking. And you know, you just end up spending a lot of money for things that you might not need as much. You want clothes and they're not clean, and you should do laundry, you should take care of everything, you know, we should wash dishes, and she does all that, and I'm really, really, really thankful for her. And yeah, so there are different advantages to this point, and there is one disadvantage which is not anybody's fault. It's a fact that comes along with it. So the house is louder and more crowded than when you live alone. That's a fact. So when you want to record a video, someone's in the hall, in the living room, talking, or watching TV, or I don't know, doing daily work, and they make a lot of noise, and you cannot create content as much. So I talked a lot. My main point was that why I was not so energetic. The third reason was that I woke up early to record my video when everyone was asleep. Anyway, yes, that was the main reason. Now actually I'm recording at, I don't have watch with me. I think it's 5:30. Also in the morning light is way better. I'm a bit concerned about the lighting. Anyway, so this was all an intro. I think it's about 10 minutes that I've been talking non-stop about an intro. I wanted to tell you something really funny I found out. Remember in the first episode I talked about the place that I just went to start working there. So I went there and I worked there for 2 weeks. And in that time that I was there, there was a girl. She was like a senior. So this is actually really funny for me. Just tell me if you know what I'm talking about. She was a senior and she sat next to me. I think the main reason she sat next to me was to control what I do, which was really something that made me angry because I don't like another colleague controlling what I do. I'm quite experienced for my job, so I don't like someone else whose experience is less than me, but she's a senior in that department, so I don't care. Just she's not qualified to control me. Anyway, so let's calm down and yes, she sat next to me. She was a good person and she had the same music taste, the same movie taste as I do, and we had a lot to talk about. So we and we were at the same age. So we kind of ended up becoming friends, but I didn't want to become that close to someone because I was just there for about a week. I still didn't know whether if I want to keep working there or not. So I kept my boundaries and I tried to take the next step more cautiously, but we kind of hit it off. And she asked me to follow my page. She asked me to follow my Instagram page. And I have a personal blog and I have a private page. And she followed my private page and then she followed my personal blog on her own intentions, not mine. I did not ask her to do so. She did all of this on her own intentions. And a few days ago, when I was just circling and browsing my phone and my Instagram page, I realized that, and I followed her back. And I realized that she did not only unfollow both of my pages after I came out of the company, she did remove me as a follower. And I was really shocked, and I was like, I did not force you to follow me. I did not ask you to follow me. I did not. You were not. I don't know. I don't know why. You did like me. You did like the content of my personal blog. That was why you followed me. Or was it because I sat there and you felt this force that you have to do something? Because I really didn't try to force you to do anything. The thing that really was weird for me was that you're spending extra time to remove me as a follower. The person who you might, I don't know, you might don't like my content as a personal blogger. Okay, I understand for you to unfollow me. But if I follow you and you remove me as a follower, which her page was not personal and private. She did not have a private page also. And when you do this, it's like you're doing this out of rage, you know? You don't have a logical reason behind what you're doing. You're not thinking that it's like she hated me, you know? I get this feeling that she suddenly started to hate me only because I did not accept to keep working there. And one thing is really funny in studios, and I don't know if it's like this in other workplaces, but in studios it's usually like this. People, they kind of start to feel that they own the place, and they just do daily job, and they're not paid enough, they're not treated well enough. The CEOs of the architectural firms in Iran is usually like, we are so amazing, we know everything, you guys who work here don't know don't know and don't know anything, and you just work for me, and you're like some operators. And whereas actually the basic weight of everything is on the designers who work there. So enough me blabbing about architectural firms. I am really heartbroken about them, really. Architects in my country, there is so much potential here, you just can't believe. There is so much potential with the people who start their career, their professional path in studios, and after a few years they just give up. They suddenly give up because they feel like they're not progressing, they feel like they are not gaining as much as they should. So anyway, I did not yet start my own topic. I was not feeling very good yesterday. Actually, I'm not feeling very good for a while, and I have some personal matters, personal issues that I have to deal with, and things are not going as I wished they would. And you know, you can't control everything, so you just sometimes have to let things go. And I did. I tend to control things which are usually out of my control, and it really, really, really exhausts me, and it really drains me out of any energy. Like I don't know, like I have a battery low alarm in my head that I'm not capable to take another step. So what I wanted to talk to you today was that I was not in a mood to create a new video, because a lot of people told me that the previous video, energy wise, was really low, and I wanted today's video a bit with more energy, and considering that I was not feeling very good, it was a bit hard for me. The thing is, when I feel bad, I think a lot of people do this. You tell me if you do. I think when people feel sad and depressed, usually their first decision is to go to bed and to sleep, or shut off their mind for a while. That's actually the first action I do. I usually go to bed and try to shut my mind for I don't know how long, as much as it takes. But usually when I wake up, I feel much worse, because I don't know about other people, but for me, the most precious thing in life is not money, is not my goal in life. is not my visions, it's time. Time is everything to me. Time is what matters. People have different values. In my life, my first goal is to be successful, and I have no view successful in what. I don't mind because I do a lot of things. And in order to become successful and still be able to do a lot of things, I need time. I need time as much as I have, and I should spend it really, really thoughtfully. And every time that I think I wasted like an hour of my time, when I feel like I wasted it, I go crazy mad. So when I say time matters to me, I don't mean that I should not rest or I should not have fun or relax. They all are things that I would enjoy to do. But usually when you're depressed and when you're not feeling very good, that sleep that you suddenly go for is not helping. It's not helping you relax. It's just making you dizzier. It's not even shutting your mind, you know? You're asleep, but your mind is still working in the area of what you're running from, you know? It's like you think about something that you don't want to think about. It's usually like that for me. So, what I decided to do today, yesterday when I felt sad, I actually did sleep. I couldn't do anything, couldn't get up. I was so depressed. Today I felt the need to sleep, but I didn't want to keep this depression with me and move it with me through the next week. I wanted to deal with it and put it aside because it's really a heavy weight to carry. Actually, I still didn't deal with it, as I mentioned. What I thought was that in this scenario, in this situation, there is actually nothing I can do. And if in any case there is something I can do, then I will think about it. But today, you should gather the rest of the energy that you have left with you, and you should stand up and stop surrendering to your sadness, to your depression, and stop wasting your time. One more thing was that I thought about was that I always have this idea that when I become successful in future in anything, I'd be able to say I did my job no matter what. I like to be able to say that because I think that's what could lead you to that succession. That's what is important. The main idea is when you stop, the world is still moving and people are still running, and a lot of those people are your rivals, and they might get to an idea that if you kept running, you would have gone there first. Sometimes you need to rest, sometimes you need to run. You just have to be able to push yourself sometimes, that you won't be in that relaxing time more than it is necessary. And also discipline. Discipline is very important. Discipline is doing something you're not feeling to do. I actually saw a video of who was it? I think it was Mike Tyson. I'm not sure, but I think it was Mike Tyson who mentioned that I didn't like to get up every morning at 5 and start running. I didn't like to do that, but discipline made me do that. So it's very important if you want to progress in a subject, you should have discipline for that. And you should put in the time, and it's another matter that you should not compare yourselves with others. You should compare yourselves with the past you and all that, but discipline is very important and is what helps you realize how much you've evolved. So what I did today was that I finally told myself that if you can't do anything about it, let it go. I took a shower and tried to clean my mind of things that are giving me bad vibes. Sat in front of a mirror and talked to myself and told myself that there are things you should do. Your professional life is separate from your private life, and if you want to grow, you should be able to keep them separately, and anything you have in your personal life should not affect on your professional life. So if this is the path you're choosing, you should do it. You should do it no matter what. So after I talked to myself, I did my makeup. It's not as good as I want it to be, but it was really important for me to do this video today and didn't want to postpone it to tomorrow. I didn't put in the time to do a lot of makeup or hair, and actually I was quite busy with handling this microphone because it kind of is a bit hard to handle, and I did manage to put it here, but it's a bit weird where it is. Anyway, so yeah, I did what I had to do, and finally I sat in front of this camera and started rolling, and I feel a whole lot better right now. I do. I needed to talk, and who better to talk to than you guys, my lovely friends. So I told you today, I told you a bit about our culture and a bit about my mind and about my lifestyle. You tell me about lifestyle of your own choosing. If you agree with what I said, and if you don't, tell me in the comments. What I say are not facts, as I mentioned in the previous video. There are things that I learned that could help me have a better life and help me love myself, love others, and keep my positive energy and grow. And if you have anything about what I say, please comment it on the comment section and let me know about what you think. Also, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends, and help this community that I'm trying to create grow. I love you so much. Thanks for watching. Mwah.